So I made the goal in 2026 to read more. I do not do it as much as I should. And so I picked out 10 books, at least 10, that I'm going to start with. They're more goal oriented. Like if I have a goal that I'm trying to achieve, then I'm reading books that will help persuade me to be motivated to do those things. So the first 3 books in my list are ones I've read before, but I've referred to so often, like they were so good. This one right here, I actually picked up in Atlanta at the airport on the way to Alaska one year. This was 2022, and I pretty much read the majority on it on that trip. I didn't want to put it down. It was really, really good book. This one right here, Big Magic. I love this book, and I refer it to any of my creatives, any of my business owners, people that have so much in them and they feel like they have to make money getting it out. This is the book I refer them to because it's so insightful about getting out your creative. I love it. Success Principles. I read this book in my very early 20s because of the business I was involved in then, and so beneficial. Like I know that it really was the key to some of my things in life. Being that I started as an entrepreneur so very young, and I'm going to reread it. Next 3 books are books that I started, but I didn't finish. So I had started this one. This one is the one I'm reading right now. I'm almost done with it. And I had started reading it probably a year ago and I kept it beside my bed. Anyway, great information, and a lot of it tied into some of the other stuff that I'm reading. Atomic Habits, started reading this. You can kind of see how far I got there. Didn't finish it. Going back to it. Profit First. Again, I'd started reading it. You can see how far I got there. Didn't finish it. So we're going back. Law of Attraction books. Now this one's mine. I Keep a Prayer of Jabez. I've already read through that already this year for 2026, and it'll stay with me because I got to get in the habit of doing this every day. So it'll stay with me in book form till I make it an actual personal habit. These 3 books I borrowed from my mom. I had asked her for The Secret. I read this 20 years ago. Time to reiterate the things in my brain because I'm not doing them on a regular basis. So I've already read this. Took me about 10 days. I didn't read it full through. I'm reading a little bit, usually morning and night. And currently the video for The Secret is on Prime, so you can watch it if you don't want to read it, but there's more in-depth information in the book. The other 2 are The Greatest Secret, which is like the sequel that she did. I think this one was printed in 2020. And then the Key to Living, Law of Attraction. This is Jack Canfield. He's also the writer of the Success Principles and the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. So, and his information is highly used in The Secret. He was one of the people that put that book together. So it's all tying in. So if you counted that, that's already 10 books. I'm also listening to books on my Kindle. Whenever I see books within books that are recommended or a creator that I like that may recommend a book, I will then go over onto Amazon and see how much it is for the Kindle price. I either put it in my wish list, or like recently I've been buying books for 50 cents and putting them on my Kindle. And then when I'm working around the house, I play those. The one I'm listening right now is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That book was written in the 30s and 1930s. And so we're going almost 100 years later, and the information that's still in there, still relevant, and again, ties into some of the other books I'm reading. But here's some other books that I'm reading as well. Fundraising Buffet. I write grants for a lot of organizations. And I am also working on a sponsorship program for the farm. So going to read that book to get me in the right mindset. You know, I'm working on a digital download library, and this year marks 10 years that I've been a chicken tender. That's correct. I have been tending to chickens for 10 years. So I'm going to write up a little workbook type thing as to how to successfully keep pet chickens, not like big commercial productions. But anyway, I saw this little book, Let's All Keep Chickens. I picked this up at a big book sale. So again, will just help get me on the right wavelength to do what I want to. Month-to-month gardening guide, because my garden is my favorite thing. I just want to flip through that, read it. Batch cooking. I would like to eventually create a cookbook of various different farm recipes, one pot recipes, and recipes where you can do them in advance for a busy lifestyle. But for me, I just need to do batch cooking for me in general right now. So anyway, I picked up that book. And then one that's always good to have on hand is my Lost Book of Herbal Remedies book. And just getting to know my yard herbs, weeds, herbs better. So flipping through and reading some about things in here. Those are kind of my little extras. And one more. So when I was flipping through my books that I wanted to, my mom had given me this. This one is called Forever Amber, this book. And my grandmother had this in Omaha, Nebraska in 1945, December 3rd, 1945. So I figured if I needed a fictional book, as you see, I don't really read fiction, but if I needed one, this might be what I read. So those are all of my books that I have stacked up here, sitting right by my bed. The current books that I actually keep on me that I'm currently reading are The Shine. I usually read this before bed. I just finished The Secret, so I'm working on this one right here. And then I'm journaling. So these are like my two main books. And then also Prayer of Jabez every morning.